Stella's story. My mother named me Stella after her mother who died while in the process of giving birth to her. My mother was the fifth child. After her mother's death, she and her 4 siblings were raised by an aunt who had no children of her own. I cannot tell you what my mother's childhood was like growing up without a mother, or even what her relationship was like being raised by an aunt with her siblings. For when I was 2 years old, my mother and her entire family were wiped out in a house fire. I was not home by the grace of God. I was spending the night with my father and his family. My mother's name was Sandra Marie Smith. She was born somewhere in the 1940s on an island that I don't care to mention. When she was 12, she got pregnant with me. My father is 4 years older than my mother. My father's parents raised me after my mother's death, Mr. and Mrs. Don. They raised me in love and never spoke of my mother, and I never asked them any questions about her. It was the same with my father. He never once spoke about my mother or any love that he had for her. I loved your mother. I never heard those words from my father's mouth, and I would have loved to hear them just once. My father, Eli was his name, became a sailor when he was 19. He wrote me and his parents letters and enclosed pictures with each one. When I was 10, he wrote me this letter that I will read to you. My dear, sweet Stella, you are now 10 years old and halfway to becoming a woman. I hope the gifts that I sent you has arrived as yet. I long to see you and Mom and Dad again. I have met a wonderful young girl who I plan to marry. Her name is Betty, and you and everyone will get to meet and greet her in person. She lives in Clearwater, Florida, and you can write to her. Love always, your loving father, Eli. Okay, this was surprising news. The gifts that he spoke of was a yellow pair of Mary Jane shoes that did not fit me, and my grandmother gave them away to a home for orphan girls, and $50 which I spent when my grandmother took me shopping. I bought 2 new dresses for church. The address for Betty in Clearwater, Florida, he did not enclose. When we saw my father again and met Betty, it was 2 months after my 11th birthday. Both him and Betty arrived in the night. Me and my grandparents were sleeping when we heard the loud banging on the side door. Eli, you could have called and said you were coming home, my grandmother said. Betty was high yellow and very skinny. I couldn't remove my eyes from her belly looking like a basketball. Mom, Dad, this is Betty, my wife. I looked at my grandparents' faces and they looked at mine. He married without inviting us. I thought we were going to be included in the wedding, but that was not to be. Both him and his young bride did not spend the night and left in the dark. Betty was 13 years old when my father met her. How, I don't know. So when she came with him that night to visit, she was 15 years old. He was about 27. Betty wrote me this letter on my 12th birthday. Let me read it to you. Hello, Stella. I trust that you and Mr. and Mrs. Don are doing well. Your father, Eli, is away at sea. In the previous letter that he wrote to you, he spoke about you coming to live with us here in Clearwater. Well, that shall never, ever be. I believe it is best you continue to live with Mr. and Mrs. Don. I don't see you as a stepdaughter who I want to raise. Plus, if you came to live with us, I will not have the time for you. I am studying to become a nurse, and this takes up all my time. Your baby sister Cheryl does also. We have shipped you a box of clothes for your birthday. Hope everything fits perfectly. Take care and have a wonderful birthday. The address on the envelope was a P.O. box in Clearwater, Florida. Many times I have said to God, why did I have to come from such a family? Why did my mother had to die in a fire? I have not one picture of my mother. I don't know what she looked like, and the people around me who knew her said she was plain looking. My grandparents treated me decent, but my father and his wife, I never got married and decided to stay single by choice my entire life. I don't regret it and never will. My mother died young and left me in this world, and so did her mother before her. I did not want to take that chance to become a mother who would die and leave her children alone. On my 30th birthday, I received a call from my father, Eli. Let me tell you what was said. Stella, it's me, your father. I have cancer. I remained silent for a moment. Dad, not all cancers are a death sentence. Well, Stella, this one is. I have a brain tumor. I remained silent for another moment. What do you want me to do for you, Dad? I want you to come to Clearwater to see me. At the P.O. Box address? No, let me give you the house address. I wrote the address down, but I did not go to see my father. By the time he was dying, both his parents had died. Betty wrote me a letter after his death. Hello, Stella. I trust that you are healing well after your car accident. It was a great disappointment that you did not fly out to Clearwater to see your father in his final days. Me and your sister Cheryl are doing fine. I have shipped a box of clothes for you. I believe that they will fit you well. Take care. I don't want to talk about the car accident that I was in. I am alive, and that is all that matters.